Right now at 6, Colorado's hot housing market is evolving.
It's not quite a buyer's market yet, but it's balancing out.
But still, many people feel like owning is just a pipe dream.
I would die to be a homeowner. Yeah, that's the dream, but I honestly don't think it's ever going to be an obtainable dream for me personally.
As home prices and interest rates rise, buyers and sellers are getting on the same team.
Sellers are now willing to work with buyers to make the deal close.
New details tonight into Elijah McLean's death. We look into why the autopsy results released after his death may have been changed.
Plus, medical marijuana sales are on the decline in Colorado, and it has big implications for those who need these strains the most. Thank you for watching Denver 7 News at 6. I'm Jessica Porter.
Shannon Ogden, I'm glad you're with us tonight. Colorado's housing market is going through some changes, and it's forcing buyers and sellers to get creative.
In this latest trend in our state, the two sides are working together to combat rising interest rates.
Denver 7's Russell Haythorne spoke with the experts for some perspective that may help you in the process.
If you're in the market for a new home,
I think it's healthy.
There's hope for buyers as market experts say things are shifting in Metro Denver.
It's not quite a buyer's market yet, but it's balancing out.
The market has certainly been rough for buyers.
Even a dog got to have a job, you know?
I would die to be a homeowner.
Heather Blanchett is 26 and she's been waiting for news like this.
I've always dreamed of owning a home.
While she's happy things are leveling off, the problem for her and buyers like her now, skyrocketing interest rates.
Getting a loan, I feel like, is increasingly hard. The interest rates are crazy, and buying a home in general is just so intimidating.
This one has more interest.
But realtor Joy Dysart with HomeSmart and mortgage broker Kelly Fogel with HDS say buyers have some new options, including asking for seller concessions to buy down interest rates.
I think we are now entering a market where sellers are working with buyers, and that's great when people are negotiating again.
Here's how it works. Let's say a buyer is paying $500,000 for a home. They come in with a full price offer, but then ask the seller for a $6,000 concession, cash back at close. At the closing table, that cash goes straight to the lender to buy down the interest rate from, say, 5.2% to 4.75% or so.
$6,000 concession to the borrower to buy down the rate might save them $250 a month.
Which is very important to buyers. It's their monthly payment.
Seller concessions were unheard of 6 months ago. Now they are very much a part of the home buying equation.
Motivates the buyers. There's still people out there that need to sell their house.
Sellers are now willing to work with buyers to make the deal close.
Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.
The Denver Metro Association of Realtors released the September market trend report today, and it finds interest rates remain the biggest factor impacting sellers, and new listings dropped 15% year over year. Now, the report finds sellers are no longer incentivized to move because their current interest rate likely is significantly lower than what they could get if they bought another house.
Let's give you some better context on the state of the real estate market. A new report from real estate finance tech firm Knock finds the market is shifting in the metro. The report finds that a year ago, the market stringingly favored sellers. Currently, we're seeing a neutral market, meaning buyers and sellers have equal standing. But the report finds that within the next year, buyers will have the edge. The report finds that Colorado Springs is the 13th hottest buyer's market. Homes sit on the market for an average of 12 days.
Fort Collins police shot a man today while trying to arrest a different man on a burglary warrant. Now, this happened in an apartment complex near Prospect Road and South LeMay Avenue this afternoon. Officers responded to an incident at that apartment and found the wanted man. They say he jumped from a balcony to escape, but he was stopped, taken into custody. And while that suspect was trying to get away, police say another man in that apartment had a gun. That man was shot by police. They did not say if he pointed it at officers. He was taken to the hospital, is expected to survive. A 16-year-old boy was shot during a case of road rage on US 85 near Platteville today. Right now, deputies are still looking for the two people involved in this. Now, the teen's injuries are not life-threatening. It happened north of Highway 60 between Platteville and Gilcrest. Deputies are looking for a dark blue Toyota Tundra between 2007 and 2013 model years. They're also looking for a man and a woman who are likely armed, so if you know anything, please do call deputies.
There has been a change to the autopsy report into the death of Elijah McLean. Colorado Public Radio broke the news today, but details on what is in that amended autopsy report are yet to be released. McLean died after being given a lethal dose of ketamine during a police encounter in 2019. The coroner originally ruled McLean's cause and manner of death were undetermined, but the coroner now says the report has been amended, but could not release the autopsy to show what has been amended. Denver 7 has joined CPR and other news outlets in a lawsuit to get that report released. We will keep you updated on when we know more information.
Colorado's once sky-high marijuana industry has come back down to earth, it seems. The Department of Revenue says sales continue to drop in medical marijuana in particular. So what exactly does this mean? Amy Wattis is here to break it down. Amy?
Well, Shannon, experts say they are concerned about this drop, specifically in the medical marijuana industry, because it's making it tougher for people with health conditions to access the treatment they need, which is ultimately leading them to pay more in taxes for similar products at recreational facilities.
This is the lowest they've been since the legalization of rec. I'm very worried.
Worried is an understatement for Truman Bradley, the executive director of the Marijuana Industry Group, a trade association in Colorado that provides support for marijuana-related businesses and believes in safe access to clean products for all Coloradans and its visitors. To give you some context, according to the State Department of Revenue, medical marijuana sales in the state in June of this year were $19.2 million, dropping from $34.5 million in June of 2021, a 44% drop. Bradley believes the industry is suffering for a number of reasons.
On the medical side, some very strict purchase limits came in. You know, for pharmaceuticals, patients can get up to a 1-month supply, but for medical cannabis, they're daily purchase limits. For folks who are immunocompromised or disabled, this is a real problem.
Which he says is making some patients resort to buying recreational marijuana, which is costing them more money due to the higher tax base, and pushing some medical marijuana businesses to shut its doors, like Buddy Boy dispensaries and Mile High Green Cross, closing their locations over the last few months. The city of Denver says it's seen a decline in people applying for a medical marijuana license over the last 5 years, citing similar reasons.
We think it might be because people just don't want to go through the hassle of getting their medical card. They rather just walk down the street and go to a recreational dispensary.
Stats from Denver's annual marijuana report show the city had 731 active licensed marijuana businesses in January of 2014 and is currently at 433 as of January of this year.
I think really what some people are wondering if there is an oversaturation of marijuana market in Denver. We have a lot of stores, and whether it be medical or recreational.
Bradley says the recreational industry is also taking a hit.
Recreational sales are a significant portion of the tax revenue, but recreational sales are down over 20% as well. There's a real attack on the industry right now.
Saying things like inflation and increasing taxes is contributing to that. So he's hopeful the industry will make an upward trend before things get worse. I also reached out to the state's Medical Enforcement Division, which deals with and regulates the medical and retail industries in Colorado, to see what they have to say about the decline in medical sales and if there's anything that can be done to stop the decline from happening. They said they don't have anything to contribute at this time. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Amy. Colorado is expected to receive a shipment of new COVID-19 booster shots next week. These ones will specifically target the Omicron variant. So what do you need to know about them? The State Department of Health says anyone 12 and older can get Pfizer's new booster. Moderna's shot is only recommended for those 18 and older. The shots will be available at the same spots where you got your first shots, such as pharmacies and doctors' offices. These new shots are expected to offer more protection for any level of infection. And while we were chatting with CDPHE about these new boosters, we also talked to them about the pertussis vaccine, also known as whooping cough. Health experts say not as many kids are getting that vaccine.
Based on data that we collected from schools and childcare centers for last school year, that we have seen some decreases in vaccine uptake that prevent pertussis from spreading.
We have our full conversation with CDPHE posted on thedenverchannel.com. There you can find more information on whooping cough, flu shots, and everything you need to know about the Omicron booster shots.
Coloradans are being scammed out of thousands through the Zelle app.
There were continuous withdrawals of $100 and $200 increments being taken out of my account.
With little accountability being taken, tonight we take your concerns straight to the banks.
What securities has Blue FCU implemented to try to mitigate some of this?
Another day of superheated temperatures and the forecast for the holiday weekend even hotter.